Well, obviously pretty excited for our guys. To win the Hockey's regular season championship is a really hard thing to do in this league. There's a lot of really good teams, and I'm proud of the way our guys just stuck to it and found a way to win there.
Can you just talk about the range of emotions from losing that game on Tuesday night? I can't imagine you must have felt good about your chances of actually pulling off a conference title, going down 5 points going into this weekend.
No, you're right. We felt like we kind of gave one away. But at the same time, we know the importance of all these games, so we still had a lot to play for. We knew the deal going in today, and as much as I think our guys were trying to not worry about the other game, they did know the outcome. So, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's another game, and Merrimack, I give them a lot of credit. They played really well tonight. That was a heck of a hockey game. There was not a lot of room out there. Both teams competed really hard. You had to work for every inch that you had, and we were fortunate to be able to make one play there at the end of the game. A huge play by Jack Hughes to the Dunzo, big time shot, and 9 seconds to win a Hockey's, championship. So good on them.
Yeah. No, you're first season you win the regular season conference title. Like, what does that feel like?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I've been here for a long time, right? So I don't really look at it that way. I'm really happy for the players. We've dealt with a lot, just like a lot of teams do. We've had a lot of injuries this year. Our schedule wasn't the easiest. We had to go to Vermont twice during the middle of the week. That was not an easy thing to do. Like I said, every team deals with adversity. So it's always rewarding when your guys come through and play in big games and are able to win. I mean, it's hard to win. It's hard to win games, never mind championships. So I'm just really proud of the guys. I'm really proud of the whole staff.
What was your message in between periods, the second and third?
Just 20 minutes to win a championship. That's simple. Find a way, keep digging in, keep playing hard, play for each other, and it'll be worth it.
That was just you talking about the impact of the young guys saying that some of the younger teams.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
McDonough was just here talking about the impact of the younger guys and some of the younger teams in the conference. Can you speak to the impact of just the youth freshmen?
Yeah, we're a young team, and we rely a lot on our young guys. So you could see at the end of the game, with Colangelo being he's a sophomore, but he didn't play a lot last year with the injuries, and Jack Hughes, the youngest player in college hockey. Two guys that have made a huge impact on our team this year, and it's not always on the scoreboard either, and that's what I really like about these guys. They're growing up, they're maturing, they're playing the game the right way, and that's when you hope guys get rewarded, when they play the game the right way. When our young guys do that, they've all had a huge impact. From our young guys to our leaders, they've really kind of gelled as a group, and like I said, we talk a lot about them playing for each other, and it's great to see them get rewarded for that.
You took a tough loss to Beanpot. You followed up with a tough loss at home against BC. Since then, you were 5-6. What do you think has turned for this team in that time span?
Yeah, you know what? I thought we were playing pretty good hockey. We didn't play great in the Beanpot. One game, we didn't play well. And then, I do think we were a little bit sleepy in that BC game. But what we did do is we responded really well when our backs were against the wall the next night. And I thought that was a really good learning curve for this team. So when we went into BC, that was an effort that we needed, and we came through. So that's a game that I think we can really build off of.
How did you kind of approach the situation about the other game? Was it until the second period that they knew what was going on?
Yeah, you know what, we just said, told them, stop looking at your phones, don't worry about that, because no matter what happens, whether they win or lose, this game is huge for us, whether we're dealing for seeding or we're dealing with the pairwise, tonight was a must-win for us. That's how we approached the game, whether UMass won or lost, didn't matter.
Yeah, so now you're looking ahead to the Hockey's tournament. We're going to be playing either UNH or BC. Those teams are both decent. BC's really hot right now. They just beat UMass twice. When you start stop celebrating this victory, this Hockey's regular season title, and start moving forward to looking at your next game?
Yeah, right away. I mean, we'll get back at it on Monday and start preparing and getting ready for the tournament. Whoever we play, it's going to be a really good team. So we'll be ready. It's going to be a big week of preparation. We're excited, and it's best time of year to play.
Got time for one more? saw you on your phone. Heard from Madigan, who was some of the people you
Yeah, Coach Madigan was on FaceTime. So we threw him right in the mix there with the celebration, and the boys loved it, and he was obviously pretty excited, and he's the best. Coach Madigan's the best, and I think all the guys are really happy, because he's got a big piece to this thing, right? A huge piece to this. So I'm excited for him. He's excited for us. He's the best. He's the best.
let him rip. Well,
Anything for Aidan?
take us through the goal.
I don't remember a ton of the lead up. I just know Sam had a really good stick on the forecheck. Jack Hughes did something that Jack Hughes does a lot and made a really high-end skill play and threw a no-look backhand to me in the slot, and I just kind of whacked at it and it went in. So yeah, that's kind of what I remember from it.
At any point, are you almost resigned, like, oh, this is going to end in a tie, or it's going through your mind, it's time to wind it down?
No, to be honest with you, we knew the score. We heard the score from someone, so we knew that UMass lost. And then I think there was like 2 minutes left, and I turned to Coach McDonough and I said, we have to win this in regulation because we tied with UMass and they swept us, so we ended up tying them, and they would win. So I kind of knew we had to get done in the third period, but you have to have belief, but you never really know things are going to turn out, but really happy they did.
What was the message from Coach before the game about the situation?
He just said we've been a really great third period team all year. I think our goal differential in the third period is, heavily leaning towards us. So he said we've been a regular third period team all year. We got to go out there and do what we do best and win a period, win a game. And it was pretty simple. He didn't want to get too crazy with it. Another game, but obviously a little bit bigger than that.
Can you talk about the impact Jack Keefe has had on you guys? I mean, versatility up and down the line.
Yeah, first off, as a person, he's an amazing kid. I think he just turned 18, so he was 17 when he first came in. So he's obviously Riley's brother, but he's kind of like all of our little brother. He's a great kid. Loves to have fun. Away from the rink, at the rink, he's always in a great mood. But as a hockey player, he's an unbelievable hockey player. Super skilled, but I think the thing that most impressed me about him is how much he works. He has a lot of second effort on battles. He skates, he competes. His points may not be, crazy high, but he's an 18-year-old kid who's come into college hockey and done really well for himself. So he's an awesome guy.
Given the situation that you guys were in, did this almost feel like a kind of a playoff weekend, especially coming in here a playoff game where it's so difficult to play here?
It really did. I think just, every play matters in the playoffs, and that's kind of what it felt like tonight. Obviously, it's a really small rink, so we were getting hit pretty good. But it really did feel like a playoff atmosphere in the locker room between periods before the game. It really did feel like playoffs for sure.
What do you think has turned for this team after you took that Friday night loss at BC, bereft of scoring? What's turned around for you specifically and the team as a whole to win 5 to 6 here plus at the regular season?
Yeah, I think it's a few things. We're obviously a really young team. So losing the Beanpot the way we did was pretty heartbreaking for all of us. And then that Friday night game, we got beat up pretty good. And it took some time for just us to mature and, realize that the Beanpot's over, the pressures of that is over. We got the rest of the season now. Our goals are still ahead of us, and this was one of our goals. So I think obviously moving past the Beanpot and just kind of we're done with it. And then honestly, more accountability. I think we've kind of been holding each other more accountable. Coach has been holding us a bit more accountable. We've expected more of each other, and it's paid off.
This is obviously a storied program. You come in here, you win the first Hockey's regular season title. How does it feel to add to the history here, and your impact over your past 3 years?
Yeah, it's huge. I remember my freshman year, the seniors, they had an absolute unbelievable career. I think it was 3 Beanpots, Hockey East, NCAA tournaments. And that's really what we want to do. We want to leave that type of legacy. Unfortunately, I've only had this one Beanpot, but I think adding more trophies is something that all of us in our class really want to do. You want to leave it, better than you found it, and helping the team win any way you can. So
We got time for one more?
Does it make it that much more significant you being a local kid, being familiar with all the local programs around here that you helped deliver the first regular season title?
Yeah, I didn't even think about it until you said it, but I can remember playing against the Middlesex Islanders at this rink growing up my whole life. Just dreaming about playing in this rink when I'm older, and so it's pretty special to be here playing at Northeastern, somewhere where I never could have imagined I'd ever be. It's been amazing. So to help to bring the first one, which is crazy that this is the first one, but help to bring the first one here is pretty special.
Congrats, champ.
Thank you.